evidence of this testimony in verse 9. If we receive the testimony of men, the testimony of God is greater. Friends, the testimony of men is something we live by. We go to the doctor's office, run some tests, and tells us you have malaria. I know some of you have, but how many of you really ask the doctor, I want to check it myself. I want to see the results. You know what? I'll run the test myself. No, I don't. Most times, we receive the testimony of men. When they tell us, hey, you're sick, here is the prescribed medication. Go and take it. We receive the testimony of men. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll go and take the medicine. I have malaria. You don't know if you have it or not. I mean, do you know? But here's a testimony of men. They've told you that you have malaria, so you have to go and take the medicine. When you go and buy a product, you buy a food product or a drug or something like that, you see that label, TBS, That icon has always been disturbing to me, the gear icon. Tanzanian Bureau of Standards, or TMDA, You look at that and never once have you ever thought, I'm not so sure they tested it right. I got to call them to ask if this product that they've stamped has really been tested. Like when you buy bread out of a supermarket, there's that stamp. Eat before the 3rd or the 4th. It's like, how do you know that that's true? I could have just restocked and just stamped. But friends, we are prone to believing the testimonies of men. We believe them, don't we? And what John is doing here, he's arguing from the rabbinical argument of arguing from the lesser to the greater. He's saying, if you receive the testimony of men, shouldn't you then be very much concerned with the testimony of God? If you believe your doctor, if you believe TBS and TMDA and TFA and RITA and LETRA, you believe all of them. Shouldn't you believe God, the creator of the universe, even more? Here are organizations that are ran by fallible, errant human beings. They're ran by people who can twist the truth for their own gains, and yet you believe. Shouldn't you then believe this one who Paul says to Titus, God cannot lie? Who in Numbers 23 and 19 we are told God is not a man that he should lie. We are told by the author of Hebrews in Hebrews 6 and 18 that this God is unable. He cannot lie, incapable of lies. Shouldn't we then believe the testimony of God even more?